gameplay, right? Those are the crucial moment where Team Pro Esport doesn't matter. You can actually try gang us up. We can still be able to be covering all the waves that we are required. So that our objective is that the name of the game itself, just get the crystal, clear out the tourists, and those are the things they focus more instead of Evil Singapore was trying to shut down all of their attempts or even the movement of Pro Esport. But coming into the ban scene, we do see Hilda finally been banned out, Eve also been banned out, as well as Angela on the side of Pro Esport. But Evil on the other side, they throw out all of the three holy trinity, which is Suyo, Jushin, as well as Chip.
Yep, this is the red side ban trinity basically. At most, a team is going to switch one of these out because there's just way too much to deal with. Pro Esports, it's interesting to see that they would ban out the Hilda and the Eve because these are two heroes that brought them a lot of success and really suit their playstyle. But going for the priority on Matilda makes a lot of sense because this is yet another early game hero that is really going to punish the opponent if they play too slowly in the first few minutes.
Agree, definitely. You have Matilda who have so much mobility wise, can definitely be able to shut your movement. If you giving the opportunity for them to buff out, it's not going to be easy. But great response coming out from Evil itself. They picked up Hylos. Hylos is one of the heroes that can actually slow down, make a really good AoE for the side of Evil, so that at least movement coming in from the side of Matilda can be shut down just a little bit to help out. And not only that, they have a combo coming in with as well as thing being joining out. Valentina been picked out.
Yeah, I think this is a very safe opening for Team Evil, which may be necessary at this point. Just maybe try and figure out what Pro Esports is going to bring for game number 2. Is it going to be the same aggression or is it going to be a more controlled approach? Pro Esports, they're gonna lock in the Alpha since Evil has not gone for a jungler just yet. And the Alpha Matilda combination is actually a really terrifying one, again, in the early game. Fovia should be able to hold lane pretty alright against the Hylos, but this Nolan pickup by Team Evil could be a factor that shifts things a little bit, because if you're able to get snowball and kills on this hero, it will give Evil a little bit more to work with.
Oh, this is interesting. And not only that, they ban out Aurora as well on the side of Evil because they want to make sure that at least they're not going to be able to give so much pressure to Evil from those high grounds. So that at least the mobility wise of Evil, and then they'll be able to control all those backlines, denying any entrance coming in from Pro Esport. But then again, Pro Esport also respond. They're denying of Lunox in the hands of Evil as well.
If they're getting rid of Lunox, then most likely they want Harif, so Team Evil decides to ban it out themselves so that you won't have to deal with that in the gold lane. And because of that, Pro Esports also gets rid of the Natan. Super Red himself should know how scary this hero is because he was using it to completely demolish Evil in game number 1. With both Aurora and Eve off the table, that does take away a lot of the AoE teamfight control that Pro Esports might need in order to deal with Gloria's pathway. So you'll see what they do about that.
Bruno been picked up by Evil. I know Bruno has been one of the popular choice as well here for the SPS Open Finals. Yes, when it comes to controlling the lane, Bruno can definitely be a little bit slow on the early games, but on the late game or even on the mid games, you will be able to push out. But the problem when it comes to Bruno, it pretty much have those 1v1 or individual fights that needs to be very careful on the Evil Singapore sides. If they want to actually have that 1v1 on their side, yes, it's going to be good. But then Pro Esport responded, says, you want to go 1v1? Maybe Brody will be the answer for it with Gato Kacha to control the CC on their self.
Oh, so is this a Matilda mid situation here for the side of Pro Esports, going for another frontliner since they don't have Eve or Aurora available? I thought they might go with Iritel to deal with some of the mobility that Evil has, but they went for Brody instead. We already talked about our issues a little bit of this hero. Maybe Pro Esports will show us something, but Evil finishes off their draft with the Cho. And I think this will be an interesting game too.
Yeah, it is. Compared to what the drafting that we saw from Evil Singapore, they all pretty much push on the gang fights, the team fights, the AoE that they want to actually require to control or even to pull in the team of Pro Esport into their own baseline or in their own area of fights. But going into the second drafting, Evil seems to be switching their gameplays into 1v1, more individualistic fights that they feel like they might be able to win on by themselves. I'm not sure if this is going to be a good case, but then again, with Cho be able to go in with the Waves of Dragon, maybe they can be able to shut down any movement coming in from the Spear of Alpha or even Matilda circling Eagle, so that could be an opening coming in from Evil Spot. That is if the execution is right on time.
Those are good points indeed, and you're correct about that one. Will the execution work out? Because even though Evil had honestly not a bad draft in game number 1, especially if they were able to catch multiple people, Pro Esports just seemed to play as the better team. So in game number 2, now that the draft isn't quite as oppressive coming in from the Pro Esports side, there's definitely ways that you can play around them. This will be a true demonstration of whether Evil is capable of dealing with the wildcardish aggression of the Cambodian team.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is really interesting. So far, in my point of view, that difference on the side of, or not even to say like a disparity between both of the teams drafting, I still think there is a potential of both can be in the same level. The question is how they want to actually start off the game itself. The early games are the crucial point of both teams. If they want to actually do that individual fights earlier on and Pro Esport gives that opportunity to Evil Singapore, maybe Evil Esport can have that fights in their favor and also getting the success of the resources, also buffing up and leveling up themselves. But on the side of Pro Esports, the question is, are they going to allow that? There could be a denial as well on the scene. And looking at the side of our technical spot sign as well, it shows that we're not going to be able to jump in to our second series straight away. So we're still gonna be talking off. I'm really sorry again on behalf of the side of our live stream. I know the viewers are super excited. I'm also excited. Stava is also excited, but those technical pause can also come sometimes. It's out of our control, it's out of our management. So for now, we'll just wait it out for a while until we jump into the second round.
If any teams are having difficulties in terms of like maybe their devices or maybe their internet or anything's going on, we gotta make sure to wait it out until they are truly ready to perform. Because all of us play MLBB, right? The last thing you want to do is end up losing a game because you lagged at an important moment. I think we can all understand that. So we'll give them a little bit of time to get that resolved. Oh, well, speaking of, looks like we don't have to wait too long after all. We're jumping straight in.
Let's go. This is the second round of our second series. Pro Esport Cambodia versus Evil Singapore. Started out on the mid lane. Ooh, a lot of aggression coming in. Powerful. Airborns comes through, but they still be able to survive it out. Sa and PP just looking for a way out. 2v3 situation. And 3v3. Make it a 4 as Soro. I'm Felix coming in. Ken takes down PP immediately, but sorry, I'm Felix. Try to actually connect the dot. Try to trade it out, but it's not going to be easy as Evil Singapore going all the way for aggression. Stuns out. Sorry, I'm Felix. Tuzu comes in. Also going to insert himself, but so much damage put out. That's a really good backup, and they had to pull away because of them wasting and losing, or even making them loss of time inside the territory of Pro Esports.
There's just something about Pro Esports and a lot of the Cambodian teams where even though a fight looks like it starts against them, they are somehow able to turn it around. Yes, they did end up losing PP, but being able to turn around and get a kill onto Ken is actually pretty solid for them to start things off. But Evil, I like the increased aggression. They definitely have more damage to play around with now compared to the previous game. They just gotta know when to call it quits.
Let's see if that could be the case here, as Turtle has already been spawned out. Attempts coming in for contest. Powerful is overlooking. He's looking for a way. He does picks out to PP, but he's not gonna use just yet what he needs. But Glorious Path comes through. It's gonna be Tuzu takes down the Turtle, but at the same time right here, they're pushing in, try to trade off those win. But Tuzu, unfortunately, able to back out. Even those Spears of Alpha will be denying the movement. Ken Don't go too far off. You are a little bit too aggressive and you might cause something. But in the end, right this instant, we do see Ken going one-on-one to the side. Oh, sorry, I'm Felix. But it's not going to be doing any cases as all because the win has already been done. Pro Esport already got the title and they're getting even more gain in the side of their fights right now.
While it may look like Evil didn't really get anything from that, the amount of time they bought actually allowed Marky to go across the map to steal Tuzu's orange buff. So from what we just saw, Tuzu did the same thing in his jungle instead. Ooh, Sayla just barely escaping. Actually, Avatar the Guardian used as well, not able to get the kill.
Oh, wasn't able to get Sa immediately, but again, this is not gonna be easy as Spear of Alpha pushing in Tuzu, trying to go out with Powerful as well, but they're waiting for the right time. Sayla gonna go back for the recall. They're gonna actually deny the obvious options of trying to take down Sayla immediately because of the opportunity that would give up. But so far right now, Team Pro Esport as well as Evil having only 3,000 on the lead, they're still in the same level.
Super Red is going to be a lane that we want to keep an eye on because Coconut should just outright beat him in damage. I don't really feel like Brody is in a good enough spot still in the meta to actually beat a Bruno at the early laning phase. But Super Red actually does have the EXP advantage right now. We'll be able to get another gold crab with the help of PP. Just finished his Blade of the Heptaseas too. Ooh.
Oh, but they're pushing it straight to Sa. Sa barely making it alive, but Avatar Guardian comes through. And Glorious Path also pushing into PP. Oh, close call coming in from PP's side to make sure Sa was able to back out easily. That was a good move coming in from Pro Esports.
Yeah, really nice reaction, especially from Sa being able to second Eagle out. Looks like Super Red won a 1v1 in the goal lane, and now Pro Esports wants the turtle.
They wanted the title, they go in for the title side, and they found straight Marky. Marky will be the first one to victim, but as well as Coconut being shut down. Ken having a difficulty, they had to be picked out and straight away be taken out by Tuzu, and now leaving only Sayla as well as Powerful in the scene. It's gonna be tough for the side of Team Evil Singapore as they were the one who tried to contest those turtles.
It is feeling like Evil's falling back to a similar habits. While they're definitely playing more aggressive and more comfortable now that Pro Esports doesn't have heroes like Eve to just stop them from running into the other half of the map, the way that they are taking these fights and ganks feels a little disconnected. Like the players are not quite ready to follow up when someone makes the call.
Oh, and Tuzu immediately shuts down Ken. Even with the Glory of Path been picked up or even been used so that he can move away, it was still not in time. And now they'll be able to take the first turret at the top lane. And it seems like we do see Evil trying to find a way to make sure that Pro will be contained right on the mid.
Wait, I only just noticed this, but the players on Team Evil have switched positions. Marky is in the jungle. Coconut is in gold instead of roam. Powerful is roam instead of jungle. There has been a switch up here, maybe for hero picks, but is that really the best idea?
Not sure though, it's a little bit too far off, and contest coming in right now as they try to actually go in. It's going to be Tuzu giving all the Spear Alpha to the side of Powerful. Doesn't get the damage they needed though, but Glory Pass has been picked up again as a defense mechanism here for Evil though. Again, they did manage to actually get another turret right at the bottom. A lot of the map's coverage has been done by Pro Esport, and Team Evil still haven't found the answer, but here's Sayla a little bit too close to Sobri. I'm Felix and managed to score away as quickly as possible, but here on out, they get the info. Powerful going in for the Waves of Dragon, picks him up. Avatar Guardian also comes in, but at the same time, Airballs come through. Tuzu takes down the turtle, and they manage to actually give some damage. Going in for the fight immediately. Tuzu takes out Marky with the Spear of Alpha, and at the moment right now, they go in for a fight with Ken. Ken unfortunately survive it out, but unfortunately Super Red denies it immediately, getting double kill in the hands of Super Red.
I am really liking the way that Pro Esports is taking these fights, the way that they're juggling aggro from the side of Team Evil. That should have absolutely been at least one kill for Evil, but the way that they're using the battle spells, going in and out, Felix being able to flicker out, and PP follows up. a beautiful catch too. And then Super Red comes in. The Brody is 3-0. This is a hero we were counting out in the Bruno matchup, but Super Red showing us how it is done. And now 7.5 minutes in, Pro Esports is sitting on a 5k gold lead. This is what I feared, right? Game 2, Pro Esports may just end up doing the exact same thing all over again.
Turret number 2 will be picked up on the second layer, and Marquis just couldn't do anything. And we do see at least Coconut try to actually extend into the top lane, and they will be able to cover at least a little bit. But then again, right here, Screams is looking to actually find a way here on the mid lane. Powerful tried to actually figure out who he will try to go in for the pick, but they're going to clear out the mid-lane coverage as well as they leave Marquis on his own for his buff. But it seems that Pro Esport, they have another better idea. Sorry, I'm Felix, try to push into Marquis, but they will deny it, giving a lot of pressure here with the point of Evil Singapore will not give that opportunity for Pro to come into the invasion. But as time goes by, they already spotted out Ken going in for a pick. Sayla also pushing in as well, but it's not going to be easy as they're not going to allow that extension prolonged to the side of Pro Esports.
Evil needs to be able to make a decision and just stick to it at this point. They're playing too slow, too reactive, too afraid of Pro Esports. And you cannot approach the Land of Dawn with fear in your hearts. You gotta just run at your opponents sometimes. But that's exactly what Pro Esports is doing. Look at how they're zoning out Evil.
They're zoning out Evil completely, and even so, with Powerful try to pick it up, doesn't manage to connect the thought, and they're gonna actually contest. Glorious Path has been put out right here. At the same time, Marquis is already in the target. Gavatar Guardian picked him up, but Flicker comes through, but Powerful will be denied. Marquis was taken out by Sorry, I'm Felix, and Super X takes on Coconut, immediately getting the Lord in their hands, giving a lot of wins to raise in the hands of Team Pro Esport. That's already a win, and the Lord is punching in as well. Team Evil Esport haven't found the answer.
They really have not, and Pro Esports is just sitting on the answer sheet the entire time. The network lead, the kill lead, everything is in favor of the Cambodian team right now. Kill score 11-1 before even the 10-minute mark. The same bad habits rearing their ugly heads once again. Evil is just not proactive enough to deal with Pro Esports.
Not proactive at all. Even can keep on using that Glory Path is not for the opening of the team fight. It's only for a defense mechanism just to get away from Pro Esports. And this is where they're going to clear out the second last turret of the mid lane as the Lord marching in, looking for a way in. Powerful, just looking for the right time. As we do see, PP comes through to the side of Marquis, doesn't get it, but it's okay. He's still surviving it out. Lord marching in does get to the side of Marquis. This is where they're looking for a way. Powerful doesn't spot their needed. Turret has already been popped. They're a little bit too scared to fight off, but this is a team fight they wanted. They go in for a fight. Sorry, I'm Felix pushing in. Sa takes out. Glory Path, unfortunately, is used again as the defense mechanism. Turret number 2 comes in, and Orbital Guardians completely shuts down Coconut, and Sailor also been taken out. 2 more plays to go to survive, but this is it. This is a wrapped up, but Marquis has been spotted out by Sorry and Felix. Goes for the rapture, but doesn't manage to get the kill that is required. But then Marquis denies immediately, and this is another win in the hands of Pro Esport, taking the second series.
Pro Esports is